He's like a diva. Is that true?
110% he's a diva.
Are you serious?
110%. He's lazy as hell. He's not good at his job.
I've said that if arrests do not happen, if people are not held to account, then we'll have no choice but to investigate the investigators themselves.
I am a security specialist at the FBI, so I do background checks, investigations, that type of stuff. I've been working there for 5 years now.
On hidden camera, this FBI security specialist tells us the quiet part out loud.
So you don't think there's going to be any major arrests with Cash Patel or the FBI?
No. Also, I don't think anybody would ever go to prison.
Now, thanks to the brave work of citizen journalists like Nick Shirley, Americans were able to see what actually happens in Minnesota outside these daycare centers.
Do you think they're going to arrest the people that are dealing with the daycare stuff?
I think by the time that case is done, even being looked at, being ready to go to court, Trump won't even be in office anymore. They would most likely be thrown out very quickly. Fraud cases like that, money stuff, years, literal years of time. They're going to try and pin it on somebody.
I think you're a badass.
Thank you.
Cheers.
James O'Keefe here reporting from Los Angeles, downtown in front of City Hall. They're having all the protests against ICE. They're yelling quite loud. How are you? What's that? I am telling the truth. Yeah. She's yelling at us. She's saying that we're telling lies. And over the last few months, I've said that if arrests do not happen, if people are not held to account, then we'll have no choice but to investigate the investigators themselves, investigate the prosecutors themselves at every level. We understand that incentives govern human behavior more than virtue does, and people are demanding that people be held accountable. People are reminding you that we're a nation of laws. But that only works if the people in government, if the people in power do the right thing. So now the question is, what will it take to get accountability and arrests? And we believe that what it will take is oversight, watching the watchmen, or in Latin, custodiae ipsos custodes, who guards the guardsmen. Where is the Department of Justice? Where is the federal government? And why aren't they doing their jobs? What is actually going on in the nation's capital? We decided to take a look. Now there's what they say on the record, and there's what they say when no one is looking. Our investigation led us to an FBI security specialist who, on hidden camera, this FBI security specialist tells us the quiet part out loud. And as I do this report, the protesters are filtering into Los Angeles, one of them yelling at me to stop lying. I question any of them to actually tell me what I am lying about. We literally see their lips moving in our undercover reports.
I am a security specialist at the FBI. I've been working there for 5 years now. I was under Biden first.
Now, when you watch this man is either a Biden holdover speaking out of turn, or he is telling the truth, describing a system that walks out investigations for years past the point where the president is in power. What this official inside the FBI says is very troubling and potentially revealing about how the Department of Justice actually operates. People are more honest when they don't know they're being recorded. And that's not all. This same FBI official we caught on tape admits that even under Cash Patel, there will be no arrests of people in the deep state in the near future. Not exactly surprising considering the lack of action we've seen so far.
Do you think your job, the FBI, do you think they're going to arrest the people that are dealing with the daycare stuff?
The thing with those cases is that I think by the time that case is done, even being looked at, being ready to go to court, Trump won't even be in office anymore.
Really?
Fraud cases like that, money stuff, years, literal years of time.
You don't think the FBI would arrest them, even though Trump would be please arrest them?
I don't think so, because over and over and over again, it's been shown it doesn't work. It's not working. Also, I don't think anybody would ever go to prison. They would most likely be thrown out very quickly.
Now, thanks to the brave work of citizen journalists like Nick Shirley, Americans were able to see what actually happens in Minnesota outside these daycare centers. Now, according to this FBI official, he's saying that accountability and justice is not coming. Why? He says the FBI and the Department of Justice walk these investigations out. They actually might take years, literal years, like 5 years. And by that time, the executive branch of government shifts power, the pendulum swings, and the people are never held to account.
They're going to try and pin it on somebody and make it seem like a crime, like a very serious crime.
Pin it on somebody? Like,
pin it on one of those people who runs those daycares. They need somebody to take the fall.
Oh, okay.
And we're just gonna point
Do you
somebody.
know who that would be?
No idea.
But that's what they do though, they just pick someone and be like, this is our guy, and everyone else would go free?
That sometimes happens, yeah. Charging somebody for anything financial for one person can take literally years. I've seen it. It can take years because you have to look at all the money, all the accounts, all the transactions, all the payments, everything. You have to look at everything.
Now, according to this FBI official, the plan isn't to dismantle the Minnesota daycare fraud, but to find a fall guy. He tells us the Bureau will pin it on somebody. Not the entire network, not who's behind it, not the people moving the money, but one daycare operator. So this man in the FBI, Justin Devine, a teacher now turned FBI, has been in his role at the FBI since 2021. Remember, that's the year the FBI raided our newsroom. And Justin has been in charge of these investigations, including human trafficking cases, background checks, and occasionally handling classified material for the FBI. There's always the irony of someone in the FBI who handles classified information, speaking out of turn, talking to total strangers.
I was under Biden first.
Oh yeah, how was that? Was it different? No.
Way different. Everything was better.
Really? Yeah.
Everything just felt better. People were happier. My real boss is Cash Patel. Hey, he's alright. He's short though.
Yeah.
He's real short. He's like,
I hear he's like a diva. Is that true?
110% he's a diva.
Are you serious?
110%.
My dad is a Trump supporter.
Right?
And he really seems to like this bonding.
I met her another time for another thing I was doing. There's a bunch of stuff at DOJ at the Department of Justice building that we needed to get and bring it back to our office.
Okay.
So she works there.
Oh, what were you bringing back?
Hard drives and computers and all
Oh, for a case?
Yes, for a huge case.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what case were you working on?
This was a human trafficking case.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that case is not closed yet.
Dang, where did that happen?
Here.
Here?
DC. Yeah.
DC?
Yeah.
Trafficking?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. I met one of the victims.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
Young girl, like a 19-year-old, 18-year-old.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know, it's horrible. She was, yeah, no, it was horrible.
How did that trafficking happen?
Well,
Do you see where they came from?
Eastern Europe.
Now, for reference, Justin Devine clearly showcases he is not a fan of the current leadership and Cash Patel at the FBI. He's not a fan of his boss. We're sure there's many more like him inside the Bureau, but rarely do you see them on tape like this.
So essentially, Cash Patel's kind of lazy.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow.
He's lazy as hell. But
Do you like him?
he's not good at this job. I'm just a normal employee, and even I'm like, you're not good at this, man. You shouldn't be doing this.
Really?
He just wasn't ready.
Really?
No, I just don't think he's smart enough to do it. Being the director is like you are the face of the whole organization. You're gonna be out in public all the time.
Yes.
And he is just so bad at doing that
No way.
that it kind of ruins our whole reputation.
Devine goes further. On hidden camera, this FBI official flatly states that the Bureau will not arrest any so-called deep staters that President Trump says he wants to go after. Devine also says that judges will continue to throw out any cases brought to them regarding these so-called deep state officials. He says Trump's word, quote, isn't the end-all be-all.
So I keep hearing that Trump wants to like arrest his enemies. Do you think that's gonna happen? Do you think the FBI will arrest?
No.
You don't think so?
He tried already.
He tried already?
He tried to arrest James Comey,
Okay.
who's the former director of the FBI. Wait, like old director of the FBI.
Yeah.
I tried to arrest him, and then he went to trial, and literally the judge said no. Just
Really?
threw it out.
So you don't think there's gonna be any like major arrests like with Cash Patel or
No.
the FBI in the
No.
near future? Okay, obviously, like with Trump, like if he would tell you guys to arrest these people in 2026, would it have to be done?
No, he doesn't. His word is not end all be all.
So the FBI official here describes how the FBI will essentially walk out the Minnesota fraud scheme until President Trump leaves office. Why does it take an FBI security specialist randomly talking to one of our undercover people for us to get the truth out of the administration? Why isn't the FBI saying it publicly behind the podium in Washington, D.C., as the American people demand accountability? What about the deep state arrests that were part of Trump's agenda? What we heard from this FBI official is the plan for accountability is essentially no plan, walking out the fraud, judges throwing out the cases, and what that means for Americans is that they will not be getting the arrests and the accountability that they're looking for. Also, I want to reiterate that up to this point at O'Keefe Media and Citizen Journalism Foundation, this is the seventh FBI DOJ official we have done an investigation on the last year. There's been Jamie Menina, Joseph Schnitt, Glenn Prager, Michelle Rosas, Ramit Hassan, Justin Devine. We even did a video regarding Attorney General Pam Bondi talking about the Epstein videos. The American people will apparently now only get the unfiltered truth when a recording is given to me by a citizen journalist. The FBI and the DOJ have got to do better. And if you have information on the inside, you know who to call, not Ghostbusters, not the New York Times. That's to call James O'Keefe on his signal number. Here's the number right here. And you can reach out to us at tips@o'keefemediagroup.com. You know that. People, I want you to understand, it's really up to us. It's not up to the politicians or the senators or the Congress critters. It's really up to the American people to do the job. You may not want to hear that, but I think you know that. We have been undercover inside the ICE protests, reporting on what is happening and who is behind them. What we've uncovered out here is so scandalous, elaborate, and illegal that it's going to be a multiple-part series. I myself went undercover as a homeless person, reporting on the NGOs, reporting on what is happening all throughout the city of Los Angeles and Southern California. Stay tuned for that next week. All right, let's talk healthcare, because the system is a total mess. Do you really trust your insurance company? You're paying outrageous premiums, and months later, the bills still keep coming. Confusing networks, denied claims, surprise fees. Now rates they're saying might go up 20% or more. And did you know that medical debt is the #1 cause of bankruptcy? Those are some of the many reasons why I suggest switching from traditional health insurance to Impact Health Sharing. Impact Health Sharing is a powerful health sharing community that takes the middleman and the corporate profit-driven bureaucracies out of your healthcare and puts the power back in your hands. You can save up to 50% and get clear costs, real savings, and no woke nonsense. You can pick any doctor, no surprise bills, 24/7 telehealth, maternity support. Take control of your healthcare before the system decides for you. Go to impactomg.com to learn more and get your free quote in seconds, or call 855-378-6777 now. That's impactomg.com, impactomg.com. Impact Health Sharing, built differently.